Hello and welcome to another edition of the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. I'm the voice of the Patriots, Richard Todd, here with head varsity football coach and athletic director Steve LaPrade. A cold Friday night at Patriot Field at Bagwell Stadium, the lower state semifinals, a berth in the lower state championship, third round of the 5A playoffs. Coach, we dive into the first quarter, and much like has been the trend throughout the year, all about the running game. And can we just say right up front, offensive line, defensive line seemed like they manhandled Carolina Forest tonight. And the first drive of the game, a few runs, and then Davion Brown with a 48-yard touchdown run to go up 7-0.
It was. I mean, we came out and scored on the first possession, which is always good. We ran the ball. I thought our offensive line really got. We did a good job. Knocking them off the ball. I thought we had a great game plan. Coach Smith called a great game. And I thought defensively, we stopped them the first 3 times. They're very potent offense, and we just shut them down. I mean, we jumped on them. It was 14-0 before they knew what hit them. So, and that's what you want to do in a big game. Our guys, and I think, going back, I think we've been in so many big games. I told our guys yesterday, I said, Gaffney's in the playoffs. These are the teams that we played this year. Gaffney's in the playoffs. Somerville's in the playoffs. Buford's in the playoffs. Grayson out of Georgia's in the playoffs. Clearwater's in the playoffs. I said the 2 teams we scrimmaged, Oceanside and Sumter, are in the playoffs. I said, we played 2 teams that we played in the year that won a game in the playoffs. I said, so, you guys are ready. You're prepared. And I thought our coaching staff did a great job preparing them. Mark Morris is a really good coach at Carolina Forest. Those kids play really, really hard. So I thought we did a good job. We had a good game plan. Our team did what we asked them to do. They trusted us, and I thought we came out. The first quarter, I think it was 14-0. We're about to score again, I think, right there, and I think we scored real early in the second quarter. But I was very happy with the way it was cold. And I thought our guys got after it. I thought they played really, really hard on both sides of the ball.
And following up that, after Davion Brown's 48-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0, first 3 plays on defense, DeAndre Jones, Jaden Acevedo, Connor Morgan, forcing a punt, creating a short field that would result ultimately in Zoltan Osborne with a 5-yard touchdown run on a really nice option read where you had the whole team going one way and he just turned around, pivoted, and made it 14-0. So again, defense, offensive line, really good up front.
Yeah, I did. I thought our big guys, we kind of manhandled them. I thought so. So we kind of thought we might be able to, but you never know. They're scrappy. Man, Carolina Forest plays so hard. And, so we were lucky. We kind of jumped on them early and kind of got them on their heels.
Yeah, their quarterback, Scott Saylor, is a trooper, and he's got a great arm, making some great passes. In fact, they would get a good pass, and there'd be a personal foul that would move the ball down. And what seemed to be a pivotal moment there in the first quarter, near the end of the first quarter, a roughing the passer call and a pass interference call, and it seemed like Carolina Forest was poised to score, then a fumble in the red zone. It was Aaron Lawrence recovering it, and that turnover proved to be crucial as we wrap up the first quarter, 14-0 Patriots.
It was, and that's what you want. You want turnovers, and we've done that all year long. So they were running, they run speed option, and they did, and we hit them in the mouth, and then the pitch got on the ground. So I thought we defended it very well tonight. I thought our defensive coaches did a good job and had a good game plan. So, those guys have been scoring some points now. I mean, those guys have been averaging 45, 50 points about the last month or 5 weeks. So I thought we did, we shut them out the first quarter, and we really ended up shutting them out the whole half.
Absolutely, and really the defense played so great, offensive line as well. Not a single pass for the Patriots in the first quarter. What needed with the 14-0 lead for the Patriots at the end of one. We'll get to the second quarter and much more to talk about here in the postseason as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
Okay, for the Coach of the Week, she's really not a coach. She's a trainer, but she means so much to our program. I can't believe she went and got pregnant and had a baby during football season, but she did. That's just a joke. Moms, don't get mad at me. But yeah, she just had a newborn, and she's a mom of 2 right now. But she brings so much to the table for our program. She does a fantastic job. Danielle Greeman, they call her Mama G around here because that's what she does. She mamas these guys. She stuffs his nails on them. She gets them ready. She gets these guys ready to play for me. She is, I can't tell you, she is priceless as far as helping us win football games around here. So Danielle Greeman, it's great to announce you as my Coach of the Week against Carolina Forest.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots lead the Panthers 14-0, kicking off the second quarter of this lower state semifinal. And Coach, the first play of the second quarter, it follows up that crucial fumble recovery for the Patriots in the red zone. A questionable spot. She got a 4th down to start the second quarter. Davion Brown with a beautiful 32-yard run. Offensive line again, opening up holes. We should mention Davion Brown had 22 carries for 210 yards. 2 touchdowns. The team as a whole ran for 368 yards. Just a great night. A penalty moved the ball back, and he'd have to settle for a field goal. Christian Wilson coming through with a 20-yarder to make it 17-0.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get, I just felt I wanted a touchdown there and go up 21-0, but we didn't get a really good spot, and we should have made a first down, but we didn't. So it was good. Christian came in. It was a pretty good angle too, and he popped that thing through, and we went up 17-0 and put the defense out there. I thought our kickoff team did very well tonight too. We kept pinning them down. We pinned them down, I think, right after then, and I think we ended up getting a safety.
Yeah, it was Peyton McMichael with the sack for a safety in the end zone to make it 19-0.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Jones was another person's name. He was all over the place.
He was, he's a stud, so he had a really good game tonight, as did our whole, I thought our whole defense played well up front, our front 7 guys. So they played good, and we went up 19-0, and then got the ball back. Obviously, they had to kick it off to us. Got good field position, scored again.
Yeah, Michael Smalls with that kickoff return. It looked like he was going to run it back, and he got tripped up there, but a short field. Zion Reynolds with the 16-yard touchdown run, making it 26-0. Zion, 14 carries for 124 yards. You had a 200-yard rusher, a 100-yard rusher. I mean, you just can't – what can you say about the offensive line and those running backs?
Yeah, they did well, and then, like I said, it was a little cold, so it was a lot easier to run it than throw it tonight. So, I was happy, and like I said, defense. I mean, listen, I can assure you, nobody has shut Carolina Forest out in a half. I can assure you that, especially the way they've been playing. I mean, their quarterback's throwing for over 3,000 yards.
And really, the front 4 on our defense put so much pressure. You got to give props to Scott Saylor, the quarterback for Carolina Forest. He stood in that pocket and made some great throws under major duress.
Yeah, he's a tough kid, man. He took a beating tonight. He took a beating.
Well, it was 26-0, and then you mentioned defense. Well, here it goes, another turnover. It was Bryce Carpenter with the block punt.
Right.
That gives you, again, another short field, and it looked like you were getting ready to go in. Then a sort of a weird pass play from Zoltan and an interception in the end zone.
Yeah, we worked on the punt. We thought we could block it. They shift from the offensive set to a punt formation, and we thought we could block it, and we did. So good job with Coach Walker and Coach Brent LaPrade. They kind of came up with that scheme, and it was it worked to perfection. We got our hand on that thing, had good field position, and we were getting ready to roll in there, and it just wasn't a real good decision by Zoltan. I mean, I hate we should have scored there.
Why didn't you run instead of pass?
At worst, well, it was a RPO.
Okay.
So he had the option to throw it, and our guy got jammed at the line, and he kind of rolled out and just made a bad decision right there, which sometimes they do, but that would have really put us up. That would have
put you up 33-0. It was 26-0 after that. But again, the defense, DeAndre Jones, I don't know how many tackles the guy had. I mean, one time he literally grabbed a dude by his shirt and threw him down, and it just was the strength. And Peyton McMichael, Jaden Acevedo, DeAndre Jones, Bryce Carpenter, Connor Morgan, you call Aaron Lawrence, calling these names out a lot, and they just were stepping up.
They were. I saw DeAndre one time just grab the kid and just stick him down like. Stop there. Sit down. It was. he had a really good game. He's tough to block.
After that, Davion would have a 22-yard run, and there would be a great pass play to Trey Ryan down to the 1-yard line. And then after that, Davion would punch it in from 2 yards, missed extra point, 32-0, the score at the end of the first half on a cold night, and you got to feel pretty good about that.
I did, and it was good. It's playoffs. You want to get guys out. You want to get them hurt, which, that gave us the luxury. Second half, start pulling some of these guys out, which, kind of slowed our scoring down. And they got some points on the board, but, you want to kind of be as healthy as you can going into next week. So, we didn't, we talked about it at halftime, and we knew, they had come back. They were down a couple touchdowns and scored 28 points in the fourth quarter against River Bluff the first week to come back and win. So we told our guys, and they did. They came out, we kind of stuffed them again, but I knew they were not going to quit, and they didn't, so. But we got a bunch of guys in the game. Got some guys some playing time in the playoffs, some younger guys, so that was good, and got some of our studs out of there. So.
Go 32-0 Patriots at the end of the first half of this lower state semifinal matchup. The winner would play the winner of the Somerville-Sumter game for the lower state championship and a berth in the 5A state championship. Second half highlights coming up from the Fort Dorchester Carolina Forest game as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
Okay, the defensive player of the week against Carolina Forest. We had some guys really play well on defense, but this guy, he's been solid all year, and he really played. He put so much pressure on the quarterback, and that kid took a beating from Carolina Forest tonight. And DeAndre Jones, he's a senior, number 92. He plays defensive end. He plays inside for us. He's just a heck of a ball player. Shrine Bowl selection. So DeAndre Jones, number 92, you're my defensive player of the week against Carolina Forest.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots lead 32-0 entering the second half of this lower state semifinal at Patriot Field at Bagwell Stadium. And as we dive into the second half, Coach, I think one thing that's worth mentioning, because I got stuck in traffic. It took me 90 minutes to drive from Mount Pleasant to Fort Dorchester High School. I know that Carolina Forest, it took them over 3 hours to get from Horry County, and they got stuck in the same traffic. Got here a little late, probably not warmed up enough, and it was a cold night. They seemed to have that seemed to maybe play a role at the beginning of the game as well as the Patriot playing. And the second half, they came out and seemed a little bit more alive.
Well, their defense got here, their offense didn't.
There you go.
He told me, I saw him roll in, and I told him we could start a little bit later because that happened to us one time. We went Dutch Fork going up I-26, which is horrible on a Friday. So, but he was ready to go. And, that could have had something to do with them slow on offense. I don't know. I think our defense had probably a little bit more to do with that than anything else. And, we kicked off to them. They got the ball in the second half.
Yep.
I told them, those guys are not going to quit over there. So I think we stuffed them the first time on defense coming out.
And then after that, it would be a series of personal foul penalties and for face masking, unnecessary roughness, and you had a penalty called against DeAndre Jones and a fourth down conversion. It would end up resulting in a 3-yard touchdown run after a long drive for Carolina Forest to make it 32-7. And I noticed after that touchdown, as the defense came back to the sideline, you were giving them the business a little bit.
Well, I just, we made too many penalties, and, they wouldn't have scored without our help, getting penalized, and that's one thing, we defensively very seldom does somebody take the ball and drive it down the field on us. It doesn't, very seldom, very, very seldom. If we don't help them, they usually don't score. So we try, but we're very aggressive. We play that brand of football, so, aggressive penalties I can deal with, but a couple of those we shouldn't have gotten. So.
Well, when it was 32-7, the question would be, how would the Patriots respond? Right. Offense came right back down the field, and this time you put your slasher in, number 44, Ryan Campbell, who just has the quickest first step, and he gets a 21-yard touchdown run, making 39-7. Great response. Yeah,
we put him in. First play, touches the ball, he scores. He's a stud now. He's quick, and he runs hard, and he's strong. He's I hate to say he's going to be a good one. He's already a good one. He's only a ninth grader. So he's got a heck of a future.
Well, then after that, Carolina Forest getting the ball, moving it down, and we give them a first down on an offside on a fourth down, which I know you hate as much as anything.
Yeah, our linebacker lines up all sides on 4th down and 4. It's just uncomprehendable.
But again, the pressure that the front 4 were able to get without much blitzing, it was really just pressure by the front 4. Yeah. And that resulted in an interception by number 1, Nick McGill, to turn the ball over. And you got to love it when you lead in the takeaway category.
Yeah, we do. So I think we had 2 turn. We turned it over once, and I think we got 2. So, you always want to do that. You want to win on turnovers, and we did. And after that, we started pulling some guys.
Yes, and it was 39-7 at that point. There were punts that went for both teams, and then a questionable pass interference call there at the end of the third quarter.
Whew. Yeah.
I think that's probably all we need right there. 39-7 would be the score for the Patriots at the end of 3. The fourth quarter, and a preview of what's to come in the Lower State Championship as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
All right, the offensive player of the game this week is Davion Brown, number 2, a junior running back. I believe he's won this award quite a few times. It's hard not to give him this award. He had 22 carries, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight. He's just a stud. He's a leader on our team. He's a junior. He's just a football playing machine. He runs hard, does everything we ask him to do. So I'm proud. It's been a blast coaching him. And Davion Brown, number 2, junior, you're my offensive player of the game against Carolina Forest.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots lead 39-7 at the end of the third quarter. Let's talk about the fourth quarter and get into the action. It would be, again, some more penalties on the defense. I know that really frustrates you. You have 4 or 5 face masking calls tonight and a face masking there that would end up advancing Carolina Forest's drive. By then, you had pulled out a number of starters, on both sides of the ball. Carolina Forest would get a 17-yard touchdown run, making it 39-14 at that point.
Yeah, and like I said, we were kind of in just survival mode then, just trying to get to the end of the game.
How great to get all of those subs in playoff action.
It is. It's good. It's good. I mean, I think we probably could have scored 3 or 4 more touchdowns, but it was good. Yeah, it's good.
And also just the fact that you weren't, like you said, trying to get out of the game as healthy as you can for Lower State. Yeah. Christian Wilson, did a pretty good job kicking both as a punter and a field goal kicker and stuff. It started to get a little bit chippy in the fourth quarter, and that's the intensity of playoff football.
Yeah, and it's, when you get in these playoffs and, the team usually knows when, it's out of reach and, they want to play another week and they know they're not going to play another week and, they're competitors. And so, there was some pushing and, even the official on my side said, oh, I hate it when a game like this is out of control. I said, yeah, because you worry about one of our guys getting thrown out. He said, exactly. I said, well, that's why we pulled a bunch of them. But yeah, I didn't think we were starting the stuff, so it was good. And they really didn't call anything as it got chippy, which I thought wasn't a good thing. They kind of let some of the stuff go, and then we had some wild calls down there at the end. But that's the only bad thing when you kind of get way ahead. They kind of, I don't know. It's just human nature, I think.
They want the game to get over. Maybe they're getting called as well.
Well, they want to get it over with, and then they try to help the team that's getting the devil whipped out of them a little bit. So it kind of gets bad when you're on the other end, I guess.
Well, there would be a 27-yard touchdown pass near the end of the fourth quarter for Carolina Forest to wrap up the scoring, 39-21. I think it's worth mentioning once again, Davion Brown, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zion Reynolds, 124 yards and a touchdown, 368 yards on the ground. And the offensive line and the defensive line just playing absolutely stellar on both sides of the ball for the Patriots.
They are, we, like I said, I think us playing all those tough teams early. And
is that paying off that strategy, you feel?
It's huge. I mean, our guys, I'm not taking anything away from anybody that we've played. It's just, when you play national caliber people, and then you drop down to the state caliber people, it's different. I mean, the speed's different, the size, and it's just different. And I think it really helped us. I really do. I think it's helped us quite a bit. And our guys, one of the reporters asked me tonight, and I said, our guys have been in so many big games. It's a big game, but it's not a big game to them. They can handle it, and they're not all hyped up and all. They just go out and do what needs to be done. They just got to do what you got to do to win. So, and they've been doing a good job with that.
And that was the strategy to start out the season for the Patriots. And we always say that when you're doing those 2-a-days and sweating in July and August, it's because you want to be playing football around Thanksgiving.
That's
Patriots win the game 39-21, and now you're going to host the lower state championship as Somerville beat Sumter 7-0. And it was just 4 weeks ago in the region championship game, the regular season finale, that Fort Dorchester hosted and beat Somerville.
Yep.
And at that time, Coach Ian Rafferty for Somerville said, we'll see you in about 4 weeks.
That's what he
sure
said.
enough,
Yeah.
it's always the game of the year when Fort Dorchester plays Somerville. But now, the lower state championship and the berth in the state championship is on the line.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be a big game, and I'm sure both teams will be ready to play. So we'll prepare. I'm sure they will too, and everybody's going to have a little wrinkle here or there to change some things up. But it'll be fun. It'll be good. This is what it's all about. If you're a competitor and your goal is to win state championships and this and that. I mean, that's what it's about. And, most of our, all our returners from last year, they were here last year. And that's the thing. We've been lucky enough to play all the way to the semifinals, 2 years in a row. So that says something for our guys. And we graduated a bunch of guys, and here we're right back again. And we've been here. I mean, we've been here, done that. And Somerville has not. So that's a plus for us. I'm sure they're going to come in here and play hard. I wouldn't expect anything different from them. So we just need to do our thing and get ready and have a good week of practice and prepare really well and get these guys ready to go. And if they just play hard, and whoever the best team will win, obviously.
Well, it's going to be a team from Dorchester County in the 5A state championship. Somerville at Fort Dorchester on Black Friday. Kickoff is at 7:30. It's going to be Thanksgiving weekend. Come out and support your Patriots. It's going to be a big night at Patriot Field at Bagwell Stadium. That is Friday night, November 25th. We'll see you for the lower state championship. On behalf of everybody here at Fort Dorchester High School, we want to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. Fort Dorchester playing over Thanksgiving weekend. That's the goal when the season starts, and we thank you for watching this edition of the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show.